Right away, when I put my hand up here, he gave me a blink. So right away, I hardly had to do anything. Go very lightly down here. And then soften your hand a little bit up, just give him a little slack. Yeah, good. There we go. See, he relaxed when you soften your hand. Did everybody see him blink here? So I'm going to stay here and do nothing. And go ahead and give him a little more slack. So the one thing here that we're showing is that when the horse feels like he's not restrained or constrained, he'll relax and start to release tension. All right. Now, one thing that starts to happen is fidgeting. He's shifting his weight side to side. When things start to relax and let go, the horse sometimes gets uncomfortable and starts to fidget. So that's part of the process. Now, like I said, patience is important here. Cowboy over there is already starting to release tension in his pole. He's shaking his head as circulation starts to go up there, and he feels some release of tension. He shakes his head. Blackjack here. You want to try that on Chase while we're doing this, or you want to wait for one of us? Oh, okay. You just put your hand up by his pole, yeah, and without pushing hard, and run your hand down the top of his neck. Yeah. Run it very lightly, slowly, and watch his eyes. See if he blinks. Go slower. Yeah, slower. Watch his eyes. Slower. Right there. Now where he blinks, hold your hand and just stay there a little while and see what else he does. It may seem kind of like you're not doing much now, but there, he's licking and chewing. So Chase told him where there was a little tension. He stayed there lightly. Chase told him he's starting to release it by licking and chewing. You're doing a better job than I am. So. I'm going to give you the mic, and I'm going to go sit down. No, you're doing a really good job. But that's how it works. Just go really slow. I'm going to continue going for blackjack. There's a blink there. Now, I can stay here and wait, or I can move on. Since he's given me his head's dropping and he's blinking more, I'm going to stay a little longer, okay, and see what happens. Now, if nothing further happens, you just move on. It doesn't mean, maybe there was nothing really big there, or maybe he released it and didn't tell me. But you see him softening in his eye? And he's starting to twitch a little bit. And his lips are twitching. Step back just a little so they can see over there. See there, yeah, good. He might come up to you. He keeps moving back up. He might like him, I don't know. He's getting a little wobbly here. So you see how that works? A response is any change in behavior that correlates to what you're doing. So horses always blink. I'm going to continue on down. Horses always blink. There's another one. They always blink and chew. They always yawn. They snort and sneeze. But the key is the correlation between what you're doing and the horse is doing. If you get a blink along here, right there, and you think, well, he was just blinking, go back over the same spot again. And if he blinks at the same spot, then it means something. That's where the communication comes in. And so we're learning how to use the horses right there, use the horse's body language. And the horse recognizes that. And we're also not pushing them on where they're uncomfortable. And the horse recognizes that. And they start to actually trust you more. So, Blackjack here, he's very responsive when I find something, but he takes a little while to release it. And he doesn't want to lick at you and show me with his face, but he'll wobble a little bit. If you have patience, you have to wait. If you stay light enough, long enough, the horse has to release some tension. Now, if he doesn't release it here, I'll move on and he'll release it down the line. Now, some other things come up right about now. Is can you change hands when your arm starts to get tired? And the answer is yeah. You can change hands. All right? Now, if I stay here long enough and nothing happens, he's continuing to blink and twitch a little. If I feel, well, nothing's going to happen here, I'll just move on down his neck. But I'm going to stay here a little longer. And I'm going to switch arms again so I can turn around. And if anybody has any questions while I'm waiting on him. Anybody? Yeah?
Do you ever get the response with the skin twitching like with a fly leg?
Yeah, you do. Sometimes if they think it's a fly, if it's that fly twitch, you need to put a little more contact or a little less contact. Because if they will sometimes initially think it's a fly and they'll twitch. So it's usually better to go less, like not even touch it, because you're still bringing his attention to that area without touching it. Now my arm's getting tired and he's kind of relaxing, but I want to move on and see if there's something better down the line, so I can move on. Is anybody seeing what's going on with the other horses? Are your horses over there, Lisa? How's Zia doing? Okay, so she'll blink when she gets to a spot and then licks and chews. I'm going to keep going lightly down here. Now I'm going to wait here because he gave me a really big response. He looked around and said, hey buddy, I'm all sore in the weather here and I don't want you messing with it. He didn't say that, I made it up. but I'm going to stay a little longer. He's a little more stoic. Some horses are very stoic, some are very